They told me it was off-season, that hardly anyone rents cabins that far into the Appalachians after October. But that was the whole point. No cell service, no neighbors, no noise, just trees and silence. I'd been burned out from city life. The endless thrum of sirens, the office politics, the feeling that I was watching life happen through a screen. So, when I found the listing for Cabin 6, buried deep in some outdated website that looked like it hadn't been updated since 2003, I booked it without a second thought. I remember the 6. I took it. I called out. No one answered. There were 7 cabins total, spread out along a trail that circled a frozen lake. Mine, Cabin 6, sat furthest out, nearly a mile from the others. The second I stepped inside, I felt it. The cold. The watching. Not like someone was in the room, but like the room itself was aware of me. The cabin was old, older than the listing let on. The wood creaked in slow, aching breaths, and the fireplace had been used recently. Though I was the first guest in weeks, according to the logbook on the desk, still, there was a faint warmth and something else, a smell. Not quite rot, not quite earth, almost wet dog and metal. I unpacked slowly. I figured I'd settle in, maybe write in my journal, light a fire, the usual. But then I noticed it. A small door in the floorboards, almost perfectly hidden under a rug in the bedroom. I wouldn't have seen it if the rug hadn't been slightly off-center. It had a brass ring to lift. I didn't sleep well that night. I kept hearing the wind against the shutters, or at least I hoped it was the wind. Around 2 a.m., I heard footsteps on the porch. Heavy, dragging steps. I held my breath, waited for a knock, waited for anything. But they never came. Just silence. I crept to the window and peeked through the curtain. There was nothing out there. Just the woods. And Cabin 7, just barely visible through the trees. Dark, but I swear I saw the faintest orange glow in one of its windows. Like candlelight, flickering. And then I noticed something else. The rug was moved again, like something had pushed up from underneath. I grabbed my phone to call someone, anyone, but there was no service. And my battery? Drained from 90% to black screen in under 5 minutes. I made a decision. I was going to open it. Just for a second. Just to see. I lifted the latch, pulled the trapdoor open. A wave of cold, wet air rushed out, and the smell hit me again. Rust. Dog. Something dead. There was a staircase leading down. Narrow. Carved from stone. I took my flashlight and descended, step by step. The air was thick, heavy, and the walls down there were covered in drawings, charcoal or soot, Stick figures with hollow eyes. Symbols I didn't recognize. Dozens of them, all surrounding a central figure. Cabin 6, my cabin. And then a voice. Not a whisper, not an echo, but a voice. You shouldn't be here. I ran, tripped, fell, hit my head, woke up on the floor of the cabin hours later. Trapdoor closed, but something was different. The rug was gone. The key was gone. And outside, it wasn't a lodge. Not anymore. It was just a pile of ash, like it had burned down years ago. And on the front of the ruin, painted in black, 6 never leaves. I've tried to call out, tried to leave again, but every path just loops back. And every night, the trap door opens by itself, a little wider, a little closer. And every night, I hear something crawling up. I think it found me first, and it's looking for someone new to stay forever. End of story for SK Horror Show.